I've just started this YouTube channel and I'm thinking what it could be. Here are some pros and cons of some different types of channels. So for a gaming channel, some of the pros could be that firstly it would be very fun and very easy to film, play many different types of games and react to the games. These, for example, would be single player if I were to do it. So you could have single player story games, single player open world RPGs, Souls-like games. This type of content would be very easy to commentate and react to. Some of the cons could be one, that it's very saturated. There are lots of gaming channels out there. I'd probably need to buy a new console because it's very hard to record Steam Deck footage, which is the console that I have, a Steam Deck, which is a handheld gaming PC, which would be hard to film and record on. It can also be very expensive to buy all these games. It would be very hard to stand out. Mainly with the gaming channels, you're only following one person because of their personality and who and their reactions and their commentary, because many people will be playing through and reacting to many of the same games, like The Last of Us, God of War, Ragnarok, Cyberpunk, Red Dead Redemption 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Detroit Become Human. Single player games are very easy and to commentate and react to. Another type of channel that I could do is a hobbies channel. Here I will be trying different hobbies, documenting the journey, and then at the end rating it based on different factors, like a food channel, for example. Maybe out of 5 on how affordable the hobby is, how accessible the hobby is, how much fun I had during doing the hobby, and how easy it is to, like, the social aspect of the hobby, and rating it like this. So the pros of a hobbies channel, one pro for me is that it's very engaging and different every video, so I would enjoy it because you're trying out different things all the time, keeping it fresh for myself and also for the audience. I have a good idea of what the target audience for these type of videos would be. It would kind of be me, someone who's very interested in trying out different hobbies, but want to have some kind of introduction, want to watch a video and see the reality of actually starting it and doing it. And a channel like this would have loads of different video ideas because there's so many hobbies out there. For example, chess, gaming, racket sports like paddle, table tennis, badminton, running, different types of MMA. So pretty much any hobby out there that you can document you learning it and then applying it, and hopefully adding some sort of social aspect to it. For example, chess, learn chess, play it on the competitive chess websites. I think chess.com is one of them. And the social aspect could be going out into somewhere and joining a chess club and playing games of chess, meeting other people, and also playing people online as well. So my big why of doing a hobby channel would be to inspire others to go out, try different hobbies, especially in this digital age of screen time increasing and more people being staying at home, being on their phones more, having more screen time. The cons of a hobby channel could be that on the logistics side, it is very difficult. For example, traveling to try out these different hobbies, paying for these different classes, filming, and then editing. So this would all be very time consuming and would require a lot more time and effort than, for example, a gaming channel for one video. Also, another con is that I don't want it to be a gimmick. It's hard to be an expert. It's hard to be an expert on something if you're just trying it out for a short amount of time, and then doing that with loads of different hobbies can kind of become a gimmick. One way I could combat this would be trying a hobby for a long time and seeing how much I can progress and documenting that. As I mentioned before in the logistics, it would also be very, very expensive. Different hobbies have different levels of affordability. For example, chess can be very affordable, whereas a sport like paddle would be very expensive. So if I wanted to try more and more hobbies, then I would have to start out with the less expensive and more affordable options, and then maybe long term, if I can afford it, venture out into the more expensive ones. So a third channel idea is talk about movies and TV shows. So one of the pros would be this would be something I would enjoy a lot. I watch films and TV shows all the time and can be quite opinionated about them, and with these types of of videos, it can be quite straightforward, the structure of the video. I would watch it, give some general thoughts, and go over the key themes, the characters, the world building, and say what worked, what I thought didn't, and how much I would rate it out of 10. Provide different categories to rate it. For example, the world building, if it's a comedy, how much the humor works for me. If it's a horror, how much the horror works for me, the drama. So some of the cons of this is that this is also a very saturated space. There are lots of channels out there already, and also I don't have a film theory degree or have any work experience within the industry, so this would be a general audience review, whereas some other channels definitely provide better breakdowns. Another con I find is that sometimes the themes just go right over my head, and the last channel idea for this video would be talking about business and marketing and how they mesh together and complement each other. One of the pros of a channel like this is I have a degree in business management with marketing. I find it very fun and interesting how business provides a product or service and they have customers that they need to reach, and how marketing and content creation is the gap that bridges the business to the consumers. And you can have really great marketing and an okay product, and that could also be very successful. Ideally, you want to have a really good product or service and really good marketing. And the fact that marketing and content creation can be very creative as well also interests me a lot. And there are unlimited ideas for this. Every business needs it. Every business has done some form of marketing. And a YouTube channel like this would allow for me to make occasional videos jumping on trends and businesses which are very much in the news at whatever time. It would also be very easy to make videos about trending companies and businesses. This also has quite a straightforward structure for these videos. I can talk about a brief history of the company, what was their breakout product or service, and a history of their product and services. Analyze the target audience they are marketing, analyze the market that they're in, have a look at their competitors, and how their product or service and marketing has connected them to their ideal target market and their target audience. So here are some cons of this type of channel. There would be some very long production times. For example, you'd be researching, filming, and editing. Editing is usually the longest part of the production process, I believe, and for this type of channel you would need lots and lots of heavy visuals to keep the audience engaged, especially for this type of content. It would be heavily research intensive and you would need to get the information correct, otherwise the audience won't trust you. There could also be some knowledge gaps, concepts within business that I don't fully understand. This is a competitive niche. There are quite a lot of channels who do similar types of content like this already, and I've also got to think of copyright considerations. So thank you for watching. That is the end of the video, and check out our latest video here.